Here again with another Lucifer Season 4 episode review video. Before I get into that though, pretty important if you are caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Lucifer, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which of course I'll mention, as well as put in the description. If that happens to be the case, you found out that you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. And for all of you out there that are wondering, this is indeed my first time watching the show Lucifer, so join me on the journey and let's discuss the show in the comments section, along with the man, the myth, the legend, the Breaking Bad fan, the Dexter fan, and Lucifer fanatic himself, Crazy Coffee Man. With all that in mind, this will be Lucifer Season 4, Episode 9. The title of this episode is called Save Lucifer. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. We have an open house, and Beth is the realtor, and her sisters put the house on the market. So it's a family of realtors, and then we see a woman dead in the garage with another woman next to the body with a hammer, and the woman dead is Beth's sister, and the woman holding the hammer is Beth's other sister. Lucifer is at the station. The detective says, "Lucifer, hi." He tells Chloe that he's made a breakthrough. Really? What is it? Chloe says. He tells Chloe he hates himself. Okay. And then Lucifer thinks that all of his problems will go away. Ella Lopez says, "Hey, Lucifer." "Hey, Miss Lopez." "Whoa! What's wrong with your hand?" Ella Lopez asks. She says it's the worst case of psoriasis that she's ever seen. We don't know for sure if that's the actual thing that's wrong with it, but that's what her diagnosis is with just looking at it for 3 or 4 seconds. Eve is crying to Maze at Linda's place. Eve says Maze can't hurt Lucifer. She wants him back. Maze says he's an idiot, not realizing how lucky he is. Maze tells Eve that she needs to get her shit together. And then we are going to rub it in Lucifer's face just how much you don't need him. Lucifer arrives at the crime scene, the house that's on the market. He puts gloves on his hand, and Chloe asks, "Since when do you voluntarily wear evidence gloves?" Ella Lopez in the garage says, "Stop! Hammer time! Every time you see me." Now that's the song, MC Hammer, Can't Touch This. The victim, Megan Murphy, was killed with a hammer. Ella had been waiting years to do that one. The other twin is the suspect because she had the hammer and then she just ran away after that. And then Eve and Maze arrive at the crime scene as well. Maze says they're partners now. And Eve tells Lucifer that the breakup was the best thing that's ever happened to her. She's having more fun than ever with Maze. Lucifer needs to talk to the detective inside now. Now Lucifer's hand has turned essentially into what it looks like when he's full devil mode. The patch of skin is spreading. Lucifer goes to see Linda Martin. "This is all your fault. We're making progress in the wrong direction. Linda is hurting like a son of a..." But we don't hear the end of that. Linda says Lucifer needs to step forwards, not backwards. Lucifer tells Daniel he hates himself. Why? Daniel might have some ideas. Dig deeper into your cold, douchey heart. You're the reason that Charlotte Richards is dead, Dan tells Lucifer. The suspect called her accountant after the murder. Now, I think his name was Will, but now I don't remember, and I don't think I actually put it in the notes. He's really not a factor really in the episode, but May suggests dating someone else to Eve. "Oh my God, you're right. Get him jealous by seeing somebody else." Eve suggests Dan the douchey one. Lots of douche references in this episode, which is always a plus because that stuff cracks me up. Maze says you deserve better, and Eve makes out with Maze. They have the accountant tied up, and Lucifer and Chloe walk in while they're making out. "Hi! Didn't see you there." Maze adds, "Sure didn't." The accountant says the suspect accused him of the murder. Eve tells Lucifer, sorry you had to see that. And then Megan gave the accountant a thumb drive before she was murdered. But now that thumb drive, the accountant says, is missing when he went to look for it. Linda and Amenadiel go over baby names. Linda wants a more mainstream name, and Linda wants him to visit Amenadiel. Says that they don't have holidays up in the heaven, but she wants, because remember Amenadiel plans on taking the baby, and Linda really wants him to stay. But Eve is sitting at Chloe's desk, dressed like Chloe and looking just like Chloe, aside from a different hair color. Her and Maze have brought in the suspect, which is Megan's husband. Ah, there she is, the answer to all my questions, as Lucifer has went into the interrogation room. Moira, the other sister, says she didn't kill Megan. Moira says Megan's husband, Arnold, okay, I messed up. This is not the husband, this is Megan, and then it leads to the husband coming in. But Arnold may have had something to do with the murder. Maze startles Dan in his car as it's just sitting in the parking garage, as she was hiding in the back seat while it was in the parking garage. And then Dan apologizes to Maze for what he did to her the other night at Lux. He says that he's never seen her look at anyone the way that she looked at Eve. Dan tells Maze not to make the same mistake that he did with Charlotte in terms of waiting too long. Like, when you want something, you gotta go for it. Just like Rocky Balboa says, go for it. Megan died 30 minutes before Moira was seen standing over her at the crime scene. What is Eve doing sitting at my desk? Eve thinks she knows how to catch the killer. And Eve suggests that there's another copy of the thumb drive, even though there's not. But the person that's the killer will want to get their hands on that because there might be incriminating evidence on that. And then Lucifer says, well done, Detective Eve. And then the only question is, what kind of monster will I be once it's done releasing? Lucifer tells Chloe. Chloe has Lucifer covered, as it will be a masquerade party. And Eve asks Lucifer when she should move her stuff back in. And Lucifer tells her about an end-of-the-world prophecy being fulfilled. And Eve says, why don't you hate me? That's, I don't know what I put there. I don't remember her saying, why do you hate me? Why, I don't know. Whatever. She tells Lucifer, because I love you. Lucifer tells Eve, why don't you hate me? And then she tells Lucifer, because I love you. Well, you shouldn't, Lucifer says. And then May sings a song for a special girl, and Lucifer knows it's about Eve. I'll be damned. Everyone claps once she's done. Eve tells Maze that was beautiful. Message received, loud and clear. She knows what she needs to do now to get Lucifer back. A grand gesture. Ella tells Dan she knows it was Dan that told Tiernan, and Ella actually helped Dan out, erase like his files and all that, or whatever, like his log of where he was. She thinks he's in pain, and this might be a time he can finally get some help. And then Dan leaves. Megan's husband isn't coming, so this whole thing is a waste of time. Lucifer takes his mask off, and he has on full devil face mode. Chloe gets a call. Father Kinley has escaped. Maze and Eve actually have Father Kinley, and then Eve introduces herself to Father Kinley as being Lucifer's first love. Beth is there at this party at Lux and wants the drive. Chloe asks Beth what she desires, so Chloe channels her into Lucifer. She doesn't know, or she doesn't want anyone to know what she's done. So Beth did indeed kill her sister. Dan has a session with Linda Martin. Dan says it's not Lucifer's fault. He doesn't know, not Lucifer's fault that Charlotte Richards is dead. He doesn't know whose fault it is. Dan says he's been doing some really stupid things lately. Yes, well, he's a douche, so he does stupid things. Linda's water just broke and needs Dan to take her to the hospital. Maze gets the text that the baby's coming. Maze tells Eve, enough! Lucifer doesn't love you. Beth says she was the black sheep of the family. Maze arrives at the hospital. She's just in time to help Linda give birth with or help her give labor, I should say. And Beth is taken into custody. Lucifer is in full devil form now. He tells Chloe it's too late. Amenadiel and Linda name their baby Charlie. And Eve thinks all she needs to do is get Lucifer out of Los Angeles. Father Kinley might be able to help Eve after all. Kinley suggests that Eve and Lucifer go back to hell. And then Kinley, once she kind of releases him from his restraints, attacks Eve as she, and then like has her in a chokehold, like he's choking her out. But then Eve is able to grab a knife from under one of the tables and stab Father Kinley like in the ear area. And Father Kinley, we're led to believe, dies or does die. Lucifer hates that he's poison to anyone that cares about him. Chloe asks, she says that she's okay. I'm still here and I'm fine. This is about you, not me. You have to stop taking responsibility for things you can't control. Lucifer, you need to forgive yourself. And then Lucifer apparently does forgive himself and then turns back into human form. Detective, we did it. Looks like evil won't be released after all. Father Kinley opens his eyes as the episode ends. So I'm guessing that now Father Kinley is like a demon sort of thing. I believe that's how it was explained. Like when somebody dies, somebody else is able to take over their body or something like that. So I'll give this episode a 9.0 out of 10. Females, really strong performances by the females. Maze, Eve, and Linda Martin in this episode. Chloe even did really good. So, I mean, take your pick. I think Maze is probably the top one for me. Just because she was a big focal point in the episode. And then for the males, I mean, Lucifer, probably. Dan had a couple moments here. So, yeah, that's what I think about this episode. So you've heard everything that I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Lucifer and you want to help me out with the YouTube algorithm, please consider Hulk smashing the like button. Share this video with a friend. Put this video on any one of your preferred social media platforms. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section and talk to me and Crazy Coffee Man about this episode and every other episode of Lucifer. I've got a playlist here on the channel where you can go to whatever episode that you really like or ones that you remember. Crazy Coffee Man will put a detailed summary of the episode or step-by-step things that happened. So if you want to catch up on the episode and don't want to watch it, just refresh your memory with things, read his what he posts on this episode review. But let us know what you think. Who was your character of the episode? What was your score? If you want to do a male and female character, that's fine. And then last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button. Subscribe to the channel. You're watching the video anyway. Join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And you never know what you're going to see on JDev TV.